What's up guys, Cloudie here checking in from the America server, and this is gonna be my quick video about Knight Commander Taily. Just a quick impression, see how her skills are, how she looks like, what she can do, where she might be useful. So to do that I actually need to get her, not gonna wait on the inn, just gonna buy her now. Let's see what happens. 6,000 rupees, there you go. New hero. Okay, so the treasure was hidden in the same room where she was. And that's a giant ass hammer she's got. Alright. But that was actually a mimic, not a real treasure one. Okay, so as you can see, she's a knight and the physical type. However, her buff application and as well as her other skills are actually working for both magic and physical, so she's a bit of an all-around type. She starts out at 5-star already, which is pretty good, especially if you are a new player. Let's just see what kind of skills she has. So boom, here goes. This is her first skill. Attacks enemies in a straight line, does some damage, does stun, reduces block chance by 350. And there is her unique treasure, which we haven't seen yet, but I have, and that can make this to reduce his block chance to 0, so not by a set amount but to 0. So that's pretty cool. And then afterwards deals damage and then knocks them down. So there is a 2-second stun and then a knockdown. Okay. This is her S2, her defensive skills. Dispels negative effects from self, and while charging energy, Taily takes 50% reduced damage. When fully charged, increases own heal rate by 25% and all defense by 220. That's on level 1 for 10 seconds. If this skill is activated with 50 or more Emblem of Courage stacks, applies the effect to all allies and consumes all of the stacks. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so while she's charging, she takes less damage, and I believe there is a perk for this, but we will check that. And after that, she increases own heal rate and defense. And if she has 50 of her stacks, then this will apply to everyone in the team, and then the books just increase the defense boost for this. Okay, not bad. So third skill, 3 mana, 15 seconds, and yeah, these were fairly short cooldowns. 13 seconds, that's not too bad. 22, yeah, not bad. Okay, let's see skill 3. So the books just increase the damage. It's curious that she has damage increasing ones because she kind of seems like a DPS knight. But let's get into this further. So this one deals damage 5 times to nearby enemies in a circular range, and gains a stack with each enemy hit. Afterwards, get her strength and delivers a final blow, dealing P damage and increases all damage by 30% plus 2% per stack of this power of the Shooty tribe. And this is for 10 seconds, and this also inflicts a 3-second stun. The stack itself can go up to 30 times, so technically if you can stack this to 30, then you are getting a 30 plus 2% per 30 stack, so 60% stack or damage bonus to both physical and magical damage. That's pretty cool. So 90% altogether, that's pretty nice. And then let's see her last skill, increases death boost, so she is really defensive. When her HP is above 30%, attacks nearby enemies in range every second, dealing physical damage. She gains an irremovable stack of Emblem of Courage. Each stack of Emblem of Courage increases all defense of all allies by 3 at level 1, but and this can be stacked up to a maximum of 50. When HP is 30% or under, she gets a lot of block. Well, I mean, if you build her tanky, she won't need that extra block. Not really sure how that helps her survive. below 30. But yeah, this one is pretty cool. So she keeps doing damage while she's above 30% health, and she's also gaining these stacks which increase the defense of everyone, and then she can use up these stacks to what you call it, to use her S2, where she will give heal rate and all defense to everyone. So yeah, she's pretty defensive for the team, which is good. We like that. Let's see. So yeah, this is her stats, the story. Not gonna get into that. Just race shooty, okay. And she's 11 years, but I think that's in just like her own race and not in actual human years. Okay, let's just transcend her once. Let's see how the animation looks for that. Oh, let's just put some random team there. So basically she has a lot of defense, she has amplification, and she has block reduction so far, without any unique treasures or anything else. Oh wow. Oh, okay, she was level 1, so I was like, who died and why? But yeah, she was just level 1. Okay. Let's just quickly get her to max level. Or, I mean, Transcendence on max level is a bit off. Because I want to try the new wall dungeon, but after that I'm just gonna flask her up so I can do some more testing with her. Did she just hammer Rekina there? Alright. Alright. Okay, that was funny. Just hammered Rekina. Alright, well, if we already have Transcendence perks, I might as well just go and do that. I could have done it while I was there, but yeah. Let's just go to the end where Taily is. So, okay, let's just check her perks. So far, standard knight perks. Okay, so you can't remove the all block chance reduction effect if you go tier 1 light or skill 1 light. Reduces mana cost. Well, that's probably, yeah, PvP, I guess. Although not being able to dispel it is more likely to be useful in if you are fighting wall decks. So, okay. While charging energy, Taily gains immunity to all damage. Now this is pretty cool because this makes her able to replace Gao in Trial of Earth, where you need to survive the execution. So using this, you no longer need Gao, and she will make your team a lot more tanky, while Gao doesn't really do anything. Reduces mana cost. Well, maybe if you wanted to use it in PvP, I guess. I'm not sure if this is really needed. Again, I wouldn't necessarily pick this one up either, but we'll see what we have. When there is one enemy, increases stack gain of power of the shooty tribe by 3 times. So the one that you use to apply her amplification, if there is only one enemy, you get more stacks. I tried this and she would get like 5 out of 30 stacks when she was hitting the training dummies, so I guess this would make her get 15. That's still just the half. And gains immunity to CC for the duration of the skill. That's definitely a PvP one. So far for PvP I would pick these two. This one, maybe this one instead. Okay. Reduces attack of the hit target by 20% for 3 seconds. That's a pretty good tanking skill because this is an AoE around her, which would be a constant 20% attack decrease to everything that's close to her. So that's pretty nice. And this one, so yeah, arena. Upon hitting an enemy at the arena, Taily deals additional physical damage equal to 2% of the target's maximum HP. This effect does not inflict a critical hit, but its damage increases proportionally to death penetration. So when you are in PvP, she does AoE damage around herself, and this will be based upon the half of the target, and it will scale with penetration, which is interesting. So basically in arena, when you're fighting very high HP targets, then if you have some pen on her, she could give some damage there. I haven't seen her in PvP yet, but she's new, so I might be. Okay, and then Dart at the beginning of the first battle reduces 100 mana every sec for 5 seconds, but gains immunity to all damage. So for 500 mana, she will be immune to damage for the first 5 seconds. Now 5 seconds is really short, and you will not have any mana during that, so I'm not quite sure if that's really that good. Attack, def, HP. Okay, so yeah, so the talents themselves aren't all that interesting. This could be good if there is something that does dispel or cleanse itself. And why this is really good, that if you have her UT1, which we will check next, and pick this skill, then technically you can replace both Gau and Nikki or Bernheim in Trial of Earth, which does mean that you can bring more buffs. We can, for instance, bring Priscilla, and that should help you greatly with the damage. So you get a lot of defense out of this. Already this is 1000 defense, is not bad. And how does this scale actually? 11, so yeah. That's not too bad actually, because you do not have that much defense on your characters, especially the squishy ones. So, but okay, let's just check what kind of stuff she has in terms of items. Let's see. So this is her unique weapon, increases own max HP, and after taking damage 50 times becomes Fury of the Shooty tribe. Upon becoming Fury, immediately dispels negative effects from self, gains CC immunity, and increases death penetration by 200. So this is made to scale with her tier 4 Dark, because she gets death penetration. And this effect is irremovable, and taking damage while Fury of the Shooter's drive is active will not reactivate. So while she is in this Fury state, I guess it's 5 seconds only, but the damage taken during the Fury state will not gain her buffs again. Now let's just see how this scales. So she gains more HP, up to 20%, that's not so bad. And the penetration bonus is going to be 500. That's also not too bad. Now let's see how her unique treasures are. I think this is the first one. So every hit besides the final blow inflicts. No, this is for her skill 3, which has several hits, and all of them will be a stun. And the final blow will increase the damage the target takes by an additional 0.5% per stack. So for 30 stacks you would get 15%, but if you put this up then it's 1%, so that's an additional 30% if you get to the maximum number of stacks, which you may or may not be able to do. That's Demia. What else? Where are the Taily? Okay. Protection was that Lucky Stone reduces cooldown, and once Taily fully charges energy, heals own HP. So this is a self heal for her S2. That's I don't know where I would use this. The 6 seconds cooldown reduction puts it to 16 seconds. So every 16 seconds she can heal 25%. And that comes with a cleanse on herself too, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Let's see what else she got. Okay, boom, here goes. So this is her S1. The block chance reduction effect becomes fixed to 0. So and after using the skill, increases crit damage of 4 allies by 20%. If you put this up to max, then this is 50% for 10 seconds, and this is a very low cooldown skill, so you could actually spam it if you wanted to. What's really good here is the zero block chance, because in Sky Trial the boss gains attack or damage if it blocks with a certain skill, and using this skill would negate that completely. So that's pretty dope. This means that you no longer need Nikki or Bernheim, depending on which setup you were using, physical or magic. Let's see which one is hers. Best Knight medal. Each hit reduces the target's heal rate by 0.5 and death penetration by 10. This can be stacked up to maximum 25 times and is irremovable. So 1% heal rate, death penetration by 10, so that's 25% heal rate and 250 penetration after she hit the target 25 times. It's not bad, but it's also not terribly great. So far I would say skill 3 is definitely good for doing more damage or amplifying your DPS more. And this one isn't so good, but the S1 is pretty good. Oh god, where is it? Here. So S1 and S3 are probably the best ones out there. That's what I would be interested in. The soul weapon is sadly not shown here, but I've read it in the notes, and it's alright. It's not great. I think it amplifies the skills effects, so maybe in a long PvP battle you could make use of it, but otherwise it's not that great. But let's just see what this does. So let's see how she does in battle. So this one is the one that reduces block chance. Okay, so that's pretty long cast that she does there. And it's a fairly short straight line, I believe. Yeah. Now let's see her S2. This one is the cleanse and then the reduction effect. Looks pretty cool the way she's like generating power, and during this time she can be immune to damage, so that could be pretty good in some situations. And meanwhile you see her courage going up, so when this reaches 50, her S2 will affect the entire team. Until then it just gives defense to the entire team. And let's check this one. So this one attacks everyone in a circle or range, and this one is the one that applies the buff. So let's just use that. Fairly long cast times. And that's a lot of hits actually. So yeah, we have 50 of this now. And you can see her stack was gone. And I guess that's the defense bonus she gained from it. Not too bad, it did last for a while. Now let's see how many stacks she gets of this power of the Shooty tribe. So yeah, that's just 5 stacks with a single enemy. Now if we had the Transcendence perk for this would have been 15, because it gains 3 per hit then. Yeah, I'm not sure how many enemies you need to have to actually be able to stack this to 30, because it's not a terribly big range. You would need to find something to hit. So yeah. So these are her skills, her perks, her unique treasures. So far, I've been considering where you could use her, and this damage ignoring effect is pretty nice. That's definitely, and with the block chance reduction, she's definitely made for Sky Trial. I guess this is Vespa's way of making that trial easier, being able to replace 2 heroes that are just there for one real reason. means that the content gets easier in general. So yeah, I would definitely recommend her for Earth trial. Did I say Sky? Did I say Sky earlier? I may have, but I meant Earth. So definitely worth for that. PvP with the block chance reduction and healing reduction, and the AoE damage that is based on the enemy's HP, she might be good to counter wall teams. Again, that's, I think that many people have been speaking about that being the intent. I guess we will find out when we see how it goes, when more people are using her. She does have CC, and there is one immunity skill which is an AoE skill. So if we go back to her skills, if you wanted to use her in PvP, then this one has, well, it's just one increases, so that's one stun there. But if you take this one, then she's immune to CC while doing that, and I think you can take her unique treasure, not this shop, sorry. Let's just check that again. So if you go to check her unique treasure, the number 3 was the first, right? So every hit besides the final blow inflicts stun. So this is a continuous stun similar to Maria, just without the pull-in effect, and she can be immune to CC while using this, and yeah, that's pretty dope. The only thing she's really missing is cleanse. For that, I have actually also considered if she could be used on Vel'Khazar, because she increases defense, she increases damage taken by quite a lot, but it would be a bit hard to pull off her S3 on time. Plus, the main disadvantage is that she doesn't have a cleanse effect, which you kind of want, or often want as a secondary option from your tank, unless you really want to rely just on Anne or Shea to be providing your immunity, which can be a bit tough. It's good to have a tank who can also cleanse the stun from you. And yeah, stacking up those Power of the Shooty Tribe hits on the fake caskets where you are doing the damage, that would probably be a bit hard. So on physical teams, Loman will probably still prevail, mainly because he decreases the physical toughness of the enemies, which is like a massive damage boost. On magic teams, Taily might be good. There she might be actually good. So yeah, these are my initial thoughts on her. I will in the next days try and get her to maximum. Well, I'm just gonna try the XP place. Actually, let's just go there. I haven't tried and yet, so let's see how the stockade vault is in the first one. Let's see how much XP we get from it. Should just enable real quick the limited missions for XP and gold and stuff. So let's test this with Taily. How much XP will she get in this XP dungeon? I haven't done any stages here yet, so actually maybe I should have checked what skills to use, but it should be fine. So let's put Taily in there. Funny that she's still frontline, although yeah, and because she's a knight, so she will always go before the warriors, but she has like no armor or anything. And then we can see her victory motion. Yeah, well, she's just annihilated everything. Oh wow, not bad, level 35. So yeah, let's just do the next one and then we can see how her skills have changed after gaining some levels. It's funny how she has those orbs around her. Which would be the range of her AoE. Okay, that's a lot of levels in one go. Just you couldn't really see her motions from going through those. So let's just see how this changed. So, all death by 15,000. Now that's a lot, and this is just on level 50. So that's pretty brutal. When she gets to level 90, this might be even more. And that's doesn't even include the death boost. I mean, it's not might be, it definitely will be more. So that's pretty nice. Oh, the damage of this isn't so great, but she is not really a damage dealer. It's just strange that she has the damage option. And yeah, so this doesn't. And the blessing gives 200 per stack. So at 50 stacks, that would be, that's actually pretty good, because 5 stacks would be 1,000. That's 10,000 all defense, even at level 50. Yeah, she's definitely a very defensive character once she has everything stacked up, and if you don't keep using her depth for this one. And she can survive big hits with the immunity skill, which can be pretty useful in some raid situations. Yeah, she definitely seems like a very good character. So all you lolly lovers, go ahead, get her. That's my recommendation now. I think she will be very useful both as a defense, both as a supporter, and very useful in PvP if you are building such a team. Also in Trial of Earth, that should make it a lot simpler. Yeah, so these are my first impressions. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Also helps with the algorithm if you like and subscribe. So please feel free to do that. This has been Cloudie for now. See you in the next video. Bye bye.